and welcome to the March edition of Extra. I'm Joanne Hines.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Here at Extra, we bring you expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City News.
We'll start with our first story, where we were seeing double, as in double vision. Georgia, tell us about that.
Double Vision is the collaborative effort from our Sun City Photography and All About Art clubs. Our news crew did double duty. We were there for opening night and the concluding event when the winners were announced.
I'm here with Nancy Hall, and Nancy is president of the art club, yes, and also a participant in this art and photography event. And Nancy, tell us about your submission.
Well, this is my painting, and it is acrylic painting, and it's Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia on 9/11, and my partner, Mary Jane Zabinski, took the picture. What I liked about it is that it's the calm in the cove, and you can see the storm brewing, and my painting is a little bit more dramatic, I think, but I think I wanted to get that representation.
I'm here with Rick Taylor. Rick, how many years have you been participating in this double vision?
This is the first year I've done it. Yeah.
First year, so you're a rookie.
I'm a rookie.
All right, now, I always like to hear a rookie's experience. What was it like? What was the decision-making process in this?
Well, you get together with the artist. I was the photographer, and you get together with the artist, and you come up to some common ground, what the artist wants to do and what you want to do, and come together with that.
Now, how many photographs? You're the photographer.
Yeah.
That's your skill. And how many did you present to your artist for her to select?
Well, at the beginning, I presented a couple of different ones that I would really like, but the problem was they just didn't fit her technique and so forth. So we went through probably 100, 150 photos on my computer, and we came up with this.
Now, tell us about this beautiful cultural representation we're seeing.
This is when we were in, my wife and I were in China, and as soon as you go through the Forbidden City, where there's nobody in there doing anything as far as selling things or anything, you walk out into the marketplace, and there's people everywhere selling things and food, and it's just we were amazed because I found that it was the same thing as if you walked into someplace in the United States and you walk back out to selling all the food.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing that you had been on vacation and you still had time to create art for your photography. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm here with Ellen Demerit, and Ellen, you are not a participant here. You are coming in here to judge the entrance in this show.
Yes, I am. I'm a spectator, yes, and everything's wonderful. Everything's just perfect.
So have you made a decision? There are 3 categories that you have to choose from. One is the pair, one is the painting, and one is the photograph. So think hard, and
I will.
Do you think you know who you're going to pick?
I have a pretty good idea, I really do. But I'm going to take my time and really look and enjoy the evening.
We're here at Double Vision, and the winners have been announced today. And the first place winners of the pairs is Mike Davis and Mary Treadwell. Absolutely, look at these. The photo and the artwork is almost identical. How did you guys do this?
Well, I got together and put up like 40 or 50 pictures on a thumb drive. We met, we filtered them out. She had her strengths that she liked. We agreed on it. It was such a smooth process. I couldn't believe how easy it went.
And Mary, how did you accomplish to have it so perfect? And the colors?
It's just what I do. I don't know.
I'm here with Corky Burt, and Corky won first place in the photography, and this is an absolutely amazing. Tell us about this picture.
Well, what makes this picture very special to me is it's in Sun City, and I frequent Riverbend often because it is so beautiful over there in the marsh area. I've probably photographed the marsh area probably 100 times in 15 years that we've lived here.
I'm here with the second placed pairing winners, and here I have Linda Grady And I have
Elizabeth McGregory.
Elizabeth McGregory. And tell me about this fantastic picture and painting. Unbelievable.
Well, she's the inspiration. And then my task was to come up with a creative way to incorporate it into a painting. And it took a while to come up with the idea, I'll be honest. I debated for weeks and weeks, and then I got the idea to do a reflection, and at first it was in a mirror, and that didn't work out so well. But then I put the jazz and the wine together, and it just came easily after that.
I'm here with the third place pairings, and here I have Nancy Truman, and I have Tom Corbett, and this is called Southern Gentleman. Nancy, tell me about this.
This is, we worked from Tom's photo. He picked his favorite ones, and I just loved this one. The bird was just looking right at you and begged to be painted.
And it is beautiful. How do you make it look so real and so, I mean, you can't tell the difference.
Staring at his photo for a long, long time, going back and forth, and many little touches.
You did a great job, Nancy. And Tom, how did you select this photo? It is magnificent.
Well, I'm a wildlife photographer nut. Then I go around traveling a lot, and I go to the seashores, and basically this was down in Florida, and the pelicans weren't flying that day because the winds were so strong. They sat on the beach next to me and just presented themselves. So he was so elegant, he kept looking at me, and I finally took this shot, and that's why I came up with the name Southern Gentleman.
Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful work. Congratulations to the both of you.
Now that's interesting to see all the diverse approaches. So creative.
Speaking of creativity, David Fleming was in our studio to talk about his Evolution Big Band. Joanne, tell us about that.
Our entertainment reporter, Randy Selman, sat down with David to find out how his band continues to evolve while maintaining their dedication to charity.
So happy you could join us today, David.
Good morning, Randy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, first of all, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about the Evolution Big Band and what makes it so special.
Well, I'm really proud to be involved with the Evolution Big Band. It is a group of volunteers who perform about 8 concerts a year, and we have rehearsal every Wednesday for 2 hours. People are very dependable, attend all the rehearsals, and the quality of the band has improved drastically over the last 4 or 5 years. I'm real happy about that. And most importantly, we don't play to get paid. None of the members of the band get paid. We usually pass a hat at the facility we're at, whether it's a church or an auditorium, and we take that money and donate it to Wounded Warriors and various other charities, Beaufort Arts Council in the Lowcountry.
That's terrific. At one time, the band was called the Stardust Orchestra. What made you change the name?
Well, it started as Stardust Orchestra with the Sun City resident Ray Cummings, and they played mostly music from the 40s and maybe a little bit of the 50s. And they didn't do many concerts a year, maybe 1, 2. And when I took over the band, I just felt it was time to update the band music with some of the same music from the 40s and 50s, but fresher, newer arrangements. So we did that, and people seemed very receptive to it. So it was kind of logical to use the word evolution because we were evolving from the older style to the newer style, but with a lot of the same music.
Well, you mentioned that you make donations to various charities. What charity is this concert going to?
Well, are you referring to the Lions concert?
Yes.
Mainly the Lions Club. They're making a donation to us, but this is our 11th year of playing for the Lions Club to help them raise money. It's my understanding that the concert is sold out. There's just very few tickets left. So that's always fun for us to play to a full house.
Oh, that's great. How much has the band raised over the years?
We're topping $152,000 since the beginning, and that's pretty rewarding and nice feeling for the guys in the band.
I'm sure you have a very diverse group of people playing in the band. Tell us some backstories of some of them.
Well, it's really interesting to look at their former careers before they retired to this area. Our lead alto player was the CEO of Aetna Insurance for the entire Far East, and he lived in the Far East for 30, 35 years. He came back here, and his wife said, you know, you can't just play golf, you need to do something else. And he had played saxophone before, so he picked it up and started taking lessons online with McGill University, and he's outstanding. I mean, just outstanding, not just in our band, but in the area. The other alto player was a ship designer builder for the Navy up in Maine, where they build ships. One of our trombone players was a Wall Street trader. Another trombone player was a math teacher at a college. So it's a pretty varied background that we have, which is interesting.
That's great. That's why they move here,
yes,
to find new careers for themselves.
Exactly.
Do you have any vocalists in the concert?
We have two vocalists, Penny Lynn Smith, who has been singing with us for probably 10, 12 years, and Michael Schwarzkopf, who is a male vocalist and a Sun City resident. In addition, on the Lions concert, Penny is bringing two girls with her, ladies with her, and they have a group called Versatility, and they're going to be doing two tunes with the band, and then at the end we have a couple closing tunes that they'll sing with Mike, and hopefully we'll engage the audience because it's a tune by Earth, Wind and Fire that most people will know.
Oh, that's great. Well, David, can't wait to see the concert.
Thank you. It should be great. We're looking forward to it.
Please welcome the Evolution Big Band.
Talent and generosity.
That's right, Georgia. Kudos to the Evolution Big Band for raising over $152,000 through their performances.
Our next story features another Sun City resident who makes a great contribution to our area. Joe Passament serves as Beaufort County Councilman. He stopped by to update us on the county's growth and development. If you caught his interview on SCTV News, you heard about some of Beaufort County's projects. Here in Extra, we're bringing you more of the information Joe shared that day in our studio.
Welcome, Joe, to Sun City News.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have you here today, and I know you're going to tell us about Beaufort County and being on the council, but what is some information that our Sun City residents really need to know about Beaufort County?
Okay, so here's some facts that I've put together for everybody in Sun City. New and maybe just don't know about the county. There are 46 counties in South Carolina, Beaufort being one of them. We are the 25th largest according to landmass and the 10th largest according to population. The council government, which is the most popular one in the state, is council administrator, which means the council oversees one administrator, And that administrator oversees all the employees of the county. And there are 1,137 employees in our county. And the interesting fact is there are 569 men and 568 women in the county. So we think that that diversity works very well for us. Now, when we say a single member council means we have 11 districts in the county that represent the people of the county. I represent District 6 of the 11 districts. And I represent the following communities: Oldfield, which is up on 170, Riverbend, Sun City, which is the southern section of Sun City in Beaufort County, Mill Creek at Cypress Ridge, it goes all the way down to 46 Circle, Berkeley Hall, and Eagles Point. So it's a wide variety of individuals. And also there are about 180,000 residents in the county right now. But the interesting thing is, on a daily basis, there's almost 250,000 people that either work, go for entertainment, or just recreational activities in the county on a daily basis. So we're a busy county. And the last thing I want to point out about, we are always looking for citizens to aid us. We can't do it by ourselves, even though there's 11 districts. There are 28 active agencies, boards, commissions, and authorities that are made up of citizens of the county. And each of us appoint members to that committee. So at the end, I'm going to give my contact information, and if anybody is interested on any of those, I'd love to have them talk to me about those, because it's very important.
Well, you certainly have a wide area of the county to cover,
Yep.
and so many things are going on. But maybe we could spend a few minutes just talking about what are some of the current issues facing Beaufort County.
Well, obviously, one of the big issues right now is getting a permanent county administrator, and we're working on that right now. We're very fortunate we had a large application pool this time, and we're going through that application pool to narrow it down to the finalists. That's going to take some time because there's some very highly qualified people who have applied for the position. Next, obviously, is we're working with the various agencies because we've had the 1% sales tax for transportation. So that's going to be ongoing for the next 4 years. So it's the replacement of the bridges going over to Hilton Head Island. There's other road projects going on. So there's state agency involved, the county involved, the municipalities involved. We're looking at workforce housing. We're looking at the environment. Many, many issues that are coming before us over the next 4 years that I'm on the council that will keep us busy.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people really get concerned about the growth and development, and how does the infrastructure really keep up with that?
Well, that's one of the major things that we're taking a look at is the infrastructure, and it's not just roads. It is the environmental issues along with that: stormwater, electricity, natural gas, telephone service. All of those do have an impact on the life. There are things called PUDs, planned unit developments. Several of those are already in place, so there is going to be continued development. What we're trying to do is to work with the developers to minimize the density of those developments so that there is a continued quality of life as we develop.
And how do Beaufort and Jasper County work together in issues such as that?
That's a great question. And yes, we do all the time. We are now talking about a regional stormwater management approach. We're talking about a regional trust fund for housing, workforce housing. So we do work together closely with Jasper County. And as a matter of fact, I am the liaison to the Jasper County Council and the Hardeeville City Council. So I meet with those people all the time.
Okay. So if people want to contact you, how can they do that?
Well, there's two great ways to contact me. First and foremost is my email, which is my first initial J, last name Passament at bcgov.net. And the other way is by cell phone, which is 843-941-3605. And I will get back to you. I'm working with people who have called me already on issues that pertain to them. And so that's a key element of me contacting, keeping in contact with everyone.
Well, certainly great information, and thank you very much for being here today.
Thanks. Good to see you.
That was good information if you're a new or long-time resident.
Joanne, let's finish up with a story about information we can get about ourselves.
The Genealogy SIG of the Computer Club hosted a guest speaker, Bonnie Wade Musha, who explained the value of DNA kits. Our reporter, Chris Chase, was there to get the story.
One of the #1 gifts this year for the holiday season was DNA testing. Now, Bonnie, how accurate is DNA testing?
It's very accurate. It's a science, and everybody has a unique fingerprint, so to speak, with DNA. The ethnicity estimates can be a little different with different companies you test, but they're pretty accurate as well. But as far as the science of DNA, it's very accurate.
Now, there's 3 different types of testing for DNA?
There is. You can test autosomal DNA, mitochondrial DNA, or Y-DNA, and they all do a little bit different things. Autosomal is the one where you see on Ancestry, and they talk about trading in your lederhosen for a kilt. And that's the most common type of DNA. Mitochondrial is down through the mother's side, and the Y-DNA is only men can take because only men have a Y chromosome, so it goes along the male line.
Now, if you could give one tip to our viewers, what would it be to get tested for DNA? How would they go about it?
The easiest way is probably going through Ancestry.com. It's also one of the most economical ones. You can find it, it's usually $99, but on sale you can find it at Christmas time it was as low as $49. And they have almost 11 million unique users, DNA users, so you'll get a lot more cousin matches and things like that. If you wanted to test your ethnicity and your health, 23andMe does a health one, and they also test for things like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, BRCA1, BRCA2, and that's about $199. So either one of those, if you want just a basic test, just go with Ancestry.com.
Now, we've all watched or we know cold case files. Now, how's DNA moving into this?
Well, they're really opening up cases that have been closed for years and decades because we have such a unique DNA fingerprint, so to speak. They're able to take that DNA that was at the crime scene and translate it into a DNA database and then find cousin matches and then pinpoint a profile of a suspect.
Now, how new is that?
Within the past year or so it's very new.
Bonnie, you're doing research on the Banton Death March. How's that going?
It's going really well. I work for a company that works with the Army's repatriation department, and what I do is this particular cases is with the Catawbawan and all of in the Pacific area, the missing in action and killed in action. In Catawbawan in particular, there's a big massive grave there, and there's just remains. They know who the soldiers are, but they don't know, they've all gotten combined, so it's my job to find living family members to test via DNA, mitochondrial DNA specifically, so they know which remains belong to which family. And some of the repatriations that you've seen recently of World War II killed in action that have been brought home are the company that I work with. So
now, have you made any headway with it?
Yes, I'm on another case now. I had finished one other case and found the living daughter of a soldier. She was born in 1940, and she's still alive. She lives in the Philippines. She never left the Philippines. Her mom was Filipino. Her dad was an American soldier, and she never knew her father. And she's still alive, and I found her in the Philippines with her 10 children.
Oh, that is so wonderful. You must feel wonderful about your job.
I love my job. I love doing it. DNA, it's not only to catch killers, but it's also for things like this, for repatriation of World War II, Korea, Vietnam, killed in action, missing in action. And that's really satisfying to help those families and give them some closure.
I'm sure it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's Extra for March. I'm Joanne Hines. Please check out the program guide in Sensations for our other SCTV monthly shows.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Thank you for watching. Please join us again next month as we bring you extra coverage of stories and features from Sun City News.